but the rewards can be equally as. So let me tell you a story.
Shazam! Step into my world where frequency vibrations, aka freak.
HBK, yeah, you know how we. And I can't quit, all I know is. HBK, yeah, you know how we. And I can't quit, all I know is.
Steph Curry and the Warriors next game. I've been looking forward to this for a while now. You know they'll be running and gunning. And Steph's gonna do 2 or 3 things that make you want to stop and stare. But we can't let that distract us. Because if we lose focus for even a second, they'll be up 20. So maybe it's up to me to put on a little show of my own.
The Pacers look to take charge. We're going to bring it to you here from Indianapolis, Indiana.
Ready, gentlemen? Ready?
Last game for the Warriors. They pick up the W against the Nets in Brooklyn.
And guys, they could have.
Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. The Indiana Pacers had a solid season last year, given they were without their star for most of it. They played well at home.
Yeah, even without Paul George, they were in contention. How about 23-18 at home, which is really a solid mark when you consider they didn't have their 2 best players from a season ago.
So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Thompson and Iguodala on the perimeter. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. And it's Curry in at the 1 spot. Spates checked in for Andrew Bogut.
You know, for the Pacers in their 23-18 home record, that was better than several teams that made the playoffs in the East. They were very tough at home at the defensive end of the floor.
Feeds it to Green. And it's Freak with the rebound.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Move the ball. Stick it
to the middle. Puts up the baby hook. Allen's shot is off.
And the Pacers were 3rd in the league in field goal percentage against at home. Something about this crowd really drives the Pacers on the defensive, even in a down year.
Spates and Allen with the block. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Hill. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Hill's got his 2nd basket.
So far, so good for them at the offensive end here in the early going.
He had a great field goal percentage to start, exactly what they were hoping for.
Curry, good.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
Now let's find out what head coach Steve Kerr had to say to Doris Burke. Doris?
And of course, he said a big key for them will be trying to minimize Monte Ellis's impact offensively. He added, he's one of the best in the league at blowing by his defender and finishing at the rim. We've got to force him left, and then at the other end, make sure we go at him defensively and see that he expends some energy there as well. Kevin, defense not Ellis' strong suit seems like a smart plan.
Thanks again, Doris. And it's Hill penetrating, and he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick. Hill's got 6.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of him.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Pacers have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. To the left side wing. Here's Ball. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target. He's got 5.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
Curry can't get it to go. Indiana leading by 4. Hill with it. And it's Iguodala picking him up. Out to the right wing. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. Mahinmi's checked in for Indiana. And Golden State also making a change. From deep. Got it! Got it! What a shot!
And now, let's hear
3 points at the...
And here's Freak on his experience as a one-and-done college player.
It was definitely a hard decision. I had to sit down with my family and weigh the.
Now with more and more freshmen, Clark, making the jump to the pros, we can expect to hear more stories like this, I'm sure.
Well, without question, Kevin, that's the case in the landscape that we find ourselves in. But, you know, there's something to be said for developing all 4 years in college when that's the best route for an individual player. Nowadays, I think, unfairly so, there's a ton of pressure on young guys sometimes to leave prematurely. We'll see if Freak's decision pays off for him long term.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Pacers?
This is almost like a volleyball game when you watch just how many shots they blocked or altered.
Well, how about this? A lot of side out for them the way they've swatted shots away. That's a volleyball term, by the way, folks.
Yeah, or handball.
Or handball.
Either one of the two. They're knocking a lot away.
Yeah.
Ball, he's in at center. Hill is out there with Solomon Hill. Then there's Rodney Stuckey, and it's Miles in at the 2-guard. That's the Pacers 5.
And, guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, Jay. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
And Rodney Stuckey, a combo guard out of Eastern Washington, played a big role for the Pacers a season ago.
Looking at the last game for the Indiana Pacers, it was a loss to Utah.
And in that game, guys, their three-point shooting really was their own worst enemy. Even when they got the open looks, they just had an inability to knock them down.
And, guys, you've seen it happen to every team. You have to be a threat from beyond the arc nowadays. And if your team goes cold, it really can sabotage your game.
And Indiana making a change here. Hill's checked in. And then for Golden State, Spates checked in for Bogut. Thompson comes in for Leandro Barbosa. And Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston. And the slam dunk by Spates.
And he's just going all out to get the second chance points. Just a terrific finish.
There was no one that was going to prevent MGA from converting that one.
Well, clearly this is the kind of game that could come down to 1 or 2 plays, and he wants to be the guy to make those plays.
4 on the clock. Hill has the open look. Connects from three-point range. Hill's got 11.
How do you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Curry passes to Thompson. Dishes it to Barnes. Lets the 3 fly. They get the rebound. Spates. And it's good. Caught through contact. Hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Allen's checked in for Hill. Paul George comes in for Solomon Hill. And it's Ellis in for Rodney Stuckey. Shoots it. And it's Freak missing.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on it.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And Maurice Spates last season with the best year of his career. I mean, he shot the cover off the ball and did a nice job on the boards as well.
Greg, you were just talking about Mo Spates. Clark, he has a great mid-range jump shot.
He does, and they actually call him Mo Bucket. But he actually played so well last season, they even threw in Mo VP from time to time.
And Thompson kicks to Barnes. Barnes sets a screen for Iguodala. Back to Barnes. And it's denied. But they recover it. A second chance effort. And the Warriors get it back. Barnes sets a screen for Curry. Spates sets a screen. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
Over in the corner, Ellis. And the Pacers tack on 2 more.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it. And a pretty tight lick.
Thank you, Kevin.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. Nice game. Great performance by Maurice Spates.
Yeah, the rebounding, particularly on the offensive side, as good as it gets. He was bringing the effort down low.
And I tell you what, that allowed him to get his... Several multiple shot opportunities. His work on the offensive glass has been invaluable.
So for the Golden State Warriors right now, on the wing, Thompson and Iguodala. Maurice Spates out there with Green, and it's Curry in at the 1. Outside, Green fires the 3. Pacers with the rebound. They're getting their first look of the season at the Warriors in this one.
Yeah, a quick 2-game series between the two teams, one in each club's home building.
Well, looky here. We've got an inter-conference matchup. Always interesting to see how two teams match up that don't get a chance to see a whole lot of one another.
Thompson with the bucket.
Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break really gave him a second win.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
And stolen by Spates. We go with Curry running it up the court. Iguodala, no good. Pacers trail by 8. Pull-up jumper, that's good. And that's 15 points for Hill.
You know, when he gets rolling, guys, he can be an absolute handful to have to deal with. And right now, he is rolling strong.
And the shot no good, a bit short. Pacers have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half.
Move the ball. Stick it to Mike.
Freak dishes to Hill. He feeds it to Freak. Knocked away. Stolen by Thompson. Hill against Curry. Shoots from 12. No good from Spates. For so long, there has been this mindset that Golden State wins through offense. But their defense, you know, G, you were talking about this, is where the true strength of this team lies.
Yeah, I think that's what's really allowed them to separate when you look at the rest of the league. I mean, they led the league in opponents' field goal percentage last season. And some nights, the shots weren't falling. But
Come on, fellas, we got to pick up the pace. If we see an open look, we got to take it. We have to make them play at our tempo.
Now some of the best in the NBA right here. The top scorers, efficiency-wise. Freak is second.
And just so reliable offensively. It's one thing to find good looks, but you've got to finish when you get them, and he does at a fantastic rate.
And you know, with the Warriors, it goes beyond the stats. High character guys, tremendous culture. They had a lot of guys that could guard multiple positions and defend them well. That was a big reason they became champs. He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Ellis outside. Inside. Here's Ball. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis. And that's now 11 points for Freak.
And with that height advantage right there, he had a good, clear look at the basket.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Let's spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
And with the pause in the action, let's look at the numbers for Hill. He's averaging 14 points a game, 7 assists and 4 rebounds. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
And fellas, I would say he's been overachieving a little bit lately. Hopefully this is a sign of greater things for the future.
And you just look at this Warriors roster, and there are a ton of defensive playmakers. That ability to switch everything and be fine is what made them so tough on the defensive side of the ball.
And George kicks to Hill. Here's Ball, and again it's Indiana converted.
Yeah, that's asking a lot from that defender.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, he just doesn't have the size to really be effective in that kind of matchup.
And Curry, here we go.
And Steph Curry, 6'3" and about 195. I mean, a slender frame. You look back to high school.
So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Freaks checked in for Hill. Hill comes in for Lavoy Allen. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for George. Rodney Stuckey subbed in for Monte Ellis. Golden State also making some changes. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Iguodala. And it's Barbosa in for Klay Thompson. And speaking of Curry's slight build, he's worked up and bulked himself. He's got up to 200 pounds, I think he said, but he didn't feel real.
Play at his highest level. I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where.
Curry's got 16.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Here's Ball. Rebound Bogut. Barbosa passes to Barnes. No good off the front iron.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
And a wide open look for Freak. The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been Warriors. Well, welcome back. And it's Freak missing.
My goodness, how about that miss? I mean, that's 2 easy points that they just given away.
And stolen by Stuckey. Now here's the fast break. Stuckey leading the way. And Freak throws it down.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Hill dishes to Freak. It's back to Hill. To the middle. It's tipped. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down to 8 on the bucket from Hill.
The defense left him just a little window to get through, and he just ducked in for the layup. Terrific job.
Green with a screen on Hill. And Curry, here we go. A timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way.
You can't kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over. powering through that.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Lavoy Allen's checked in for Hill. Paul George comes in for Solomon Hill. And it's Ellis in for George Hill. Warriors leading by 9. Now the dish to Thompson. Back to Curry. That's in. And again, Stephen Curry. Curry's got 23. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Also, guys, they take a lot of pride in their ability to rebound the basketball, especially on the offensive end.
Screen by Bogut. Curry kicks to Thompson. Back to Curry. Terrific design on the big play, and he lays it in. Curry's got 9 points now in the quarter.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities. And around the NBA, there are some who want to.
For the Pacers, Freaks checked in for Turner, and it's Hill in for Rodney Stuckey. And Golden State also making a change. Spates checked in for Andrew Bogut. And Thompson kicks to Curry. Some nice passing by Golden State. That's good. And the Warriors lead by 10. You know, Clark, losing teams handling losing with an eye to the future. It's a slippery slope and a very tough situation for teams, but the league to try to figure out and rule on.
Yeah, exactly, Kevin. Well said, and I'm not sure what the answer is. I kind of like where we are with the lottery system. But wait, I don't think it needs to be tinkered with at this point.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock.
High quality shot, just a little off there with the release.
And Greg, that has him SHH shaking his head. Tough miss that time.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, with the game out of reach, intentional fouls don't mean anything. It's just an exercise in futility. Let the clock go.
Yeah, I agree with you, Clark. Just doesn't really make a lot of sense at this point.
Stuckey outside. No good with the elbow jumper. So we see the Warriors taking the game here.
Yes, Kevin.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our George Stephen Curry. He had just an outstanding fourth quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having. And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille.
The only color I care about is green, money. Now, you've certainly made some money.
Mr. Don.
Oh, man. Anthony Davis. One of the most unique talents in the NBA. I see a lot of myself in him. And I can't wait to face him and see if I can get the upper hand. I know I'm still a rookie, but it's the ultimate test to see where my game is at right now. And I live for these moments. So bring it on, Brow.
We're coming at you from beautiful New Orleans, Louisiana, as the Pelicans prepare to take the court. Last game for the Pacers, a loss to Orlando in Florida. And that does your Indiana leading. Pick up by Hill. Hill passes the ball. Hill sets the screen for Freak, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard to see the best up-tempo teams in the league. In third, the Pelicans. The Pacers in fifth.
Both of these clubs love to play up-tempo. That's how they win. These are the games that fans love because of the non-stop action.
Davis sets a screen. Evans kicks to Davis. And yes, sir, that one drops.
It is so hard to contain him. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it. And guys, Tyreke Evans is so versatile. Great instincts, well-developed skill set. He can beat you every way you turn.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
Kicks it out to Gordon. Outside Holiday. Outside Davis. Davis with a screen on Ellis. Gordon, an easy layup after coming off the pick. Gordon's got his third basket of the night.
Shots are just flowing from him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Here's Hill. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, I didn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there. How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Ellis in the post, defended by Gordon, and that is good. And that's now 7 points for Freak.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Floats one. Kicks it out to Gordon. New Orleans moving the ball around. Holiday dishes to Davis. Just 5 to shoot. From deep three-point range, and the Pelicans get it back. Here's Hushik, and the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
So for the Pelicans, Anderson comes in for Tyreke Evans. And it's Norris Cole in for Drew Holiday. Indiana also making some changes. Hill, he's checked in for Paul George. Rodney Stuckey subbed in for Monte Ellis. Stuckey against Gordon. Stuckey can't get it to go.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have struggles with him tonight. Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
It's stolen by Hill. Now, here's the fast break. Stuckey leading the way. And And he gets it to go.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
The three from Anderson, and that one's good. Anderson's got 5 now.
You know, what an advantage he brings to this offense, guys. I mean, being able to drain the 3-ball, that really can spread a defense and extend the defense as well.
Stolen by Anderson. Left side, Gordon. Rodney Stuckey pulls it in.
And fancy finishes like that look great, but man, it's embarrassing when you blow them.
Here's Ball, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. That one on Davis. Pacers have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
Only shooting 71 really on the season, so there is plenty of room for improvement.
And Kevin, it's something they've been working very hard to correct and to change. I mean, they know how important it is to fix that inability at the free throw line.
Perkins, he's checked in for New Orleans. Pondexter comes in for Davis. Clock at 6. From the baseline, and too long on the shot. Now here's Freak. No good on that last second attempt there. 1 quarter.
Come on, New Orleans.
So far, it's been a... He's checked in for the Pelicans. Gordon comes in for Quincy Pondexter. Then for the Pacers, Freaks checked in for Mahimi. Hill comes in for Lavoy Allen. And Paul George is subbed in for Rodney Stuckey. On the court right now for the Pacers. Ball in at center. Hill and George. Then there's Hill, and it's Hill in at the 2 guard. Anderson's shot is off. Last game in New Orleans, they picked up the win against Dallas.
They did a superb job getting those extra opportunities. That's effort. Offensive rebounds, leading the second chance points. You attribute that to effort and persistence, and those possessions were key.
They really were. I mean, the second chance points, they're almost like bonus points, and they're also demoralizing to an opponent.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Magic had a nice performance. He had 21 points and was his usual self on the glass, grabbing just about any missed shot that came off the rim. He was just too much to handle as he came off the bench to turn in a great outing, guys. They hope it continues.
All right, Doris, thank you. It really was a stunning performance. He was at his absolute best in that game.
And if he can come anywhere close to another performance like that here tonight, it would be amazing.
Yeah, it really would be, because you know now the defense is going to be focused squarely on him. They're going to make sure that he doesn't beat him again.
And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2.
And a chance to check out Jordan Hill here. This last month, he has been a real positive for this team. 9th in blocks. And don't forget, top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And, you know, his ability to patrol the lane is a difference maker for that team. Exceptional timing and anticipation. No slowing him down, just some incredible numbers for Freak. He has 12 points, and 4 of his points have come at the foul line. He's made the most of those opportunities.
And you can't undervalue the importance of that. Many times a game comes down to which team wins the free throw battle.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Indiana.
A lot of success from mid-range so far for them, guys. If nothing else works, they can always fall back on the jump shot.
And they're also clicking at the free throw line, not wasting any of those opportunities.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Well, for Jordan Hill, something wonderful happened to him last season. The breakthrough he'd been waiting for on his 6th year.
Yeah, Kevin, you know, it had to do, and I think correlated with him getting a chance to start games, and it blew up for him from there. Posted career-high averages across the board.
The shot's good from Evans.
They slowed down casting those triples here in the second.
And, Clark, I'd like to see them go back outside. Been shooting well from the brim.
Over in the corner, Cole. It's rebounded by Indiana. Freak's got 4 rebounds in this game.
And getting back to Jordan Hill, everyone had been waiting for this. I mean, greater activity, more aggressiveness, and he puts up career highs in points, rebounds, and assists.
And he gets it to go. 14 points for Freak.
And since the first quarter, we've seen them ease off on that long-range affair. And the D does just enough to throw off his rhythm on that shot.
Gordon with a screen on George.
I told you, Dom Pagnotti.
Another one. Another one. DJ Khaled.
2K Sports pregame show.
With the Diesel and the Jet, this is Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Our game tonight featuring the Cleveland Cavaliers as they go up against the Golden State Warriors. And for Golden State, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. A rematch of the incredible NBA Finals of 2015. Warriors came out on top in that series in 6. Looking back now, Shaq, do you think the Cavs could have won if they were healthy?
Coulda, woulda, shoulda. We don't like to use ifs. We don't like to make up excuses. However, losing Kyrie and Love was devastating.
We have an interconference affair lined up for you. Today, as the Cleveland Cavaliers come in for this one. The fans are making noise here inside the Oracle Arena for their Warriors. A time-honored tradition, the NBA on 2K Sports, Sunday Night Hoops action. Delighted to have all of you with us here tonight. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside Doris Burke. All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. So on the floor for Cleveland. Filling out the wings, it's Shumpert and LeBron. Down low, it's Love and Mozgov. And it's Irving in at the 1. Early on last year, it was clear Steph Curry was just on another level. Was an MVP candidate right from the start of the season, and he would eventually be voted that award.
And I thought very deserved. I mean, you could see how he elevated his play, and so many of us, and so much talk focuses on what he does offensively. But he was ahead of the snake of a terrific defensive group for Golden State a season ago, and that's one reason why he ended up being the MVP.
On defense, Cleveland. It's a three-point game. Barnes, no good.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Ring shot on the way, and LeBron gets it to go with the assist by Shumpert.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Curry outside. Thompson outside. From deep. And it's Irving with the rebound.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
There's no doubt about it. The defense, you can exhale it right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down. Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Cleveland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
It's Curry with the drive. That's good. Curry's got his second basket of the night.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Now here's Mozgov. Here's Irving, and it's sent back by Bogut.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Green kicks to Thompson. And stolen by LeBron. They push it up 4 on 3. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
Andre Iguodala is checked in for Klay Thompson. And a switch here also for Cleveland. J.R. Smith's checked in for Shumpert. Now Irving after the missed 3 from Stephen Curry. Outside Irving. And Curry pulls it down.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
They double-team Curry. 5 to shoot. Here's Barnes, and that one is hammered home.
Yeah, good-looking bounce pass to set up that one.
For Cleveland, they've gone just 2 of 8 shooting so far, just 25%.
Well, I tell you, the Warriors roster fit together hand in glove. They were led by the Splash Brothers, but the front court and the bench really complemented the rest of the team perfectly because all of the players for the Warriors were extremely versatile and highly skilled.
Here's Smith following the basket by Draymond Green. And here we go with Curry running it up the court. The wing jumper off target.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
And that's out of bounds. Cleveland will retain possession. Some changes for Golden State. Spates checked in for Bogut. And it's Livingston in for Curry. And then for Cleveland, Thompson, he's checked in for Mozgov. Jefferson comes in for James. And
that happened. And guys, you don't think this fella can do some major damage if he gets an opening to the rim.
They just learned that lesson the hard way. They better put a little bit more effort into their D the next time down.
Big time play at the basket right there, fellas.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. Golden State's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
Here's Livingston. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
And off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
Mazzili's checked in for the Warriors. Barbosa comes in for Harrison Barnes. James checked in for Cleveland. And Thompson kicks to LeBron. Warriors with the rebound.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, they don't get much uglier than the quarter he's having.
Yeah, and it's not showing any signs, Greg, of turning around here soon. I mean, his touch is basically gone AWOL.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter, just served him up.
Barbosa against Smith. Iguodala outside. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
No one near Smith as he lets it go. We caught up with Kyrie Irving earlier, and he talked a little bit about expectations for himself. Kyrie reminding us that it's not just the expectations of the fans and the media he and LeBron deal with, but also, and Clark, perhaps the most demanding of all are the expectations that they've got for each other.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, two guys who expect so much of themselves to start with, who naturally have a vision of how great
they can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Each other. And that's a lot of fun to watch.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And from what we've seen so far from the Warriors, how would you grade them?
Not much room to operate offensively. The defense has been stifling through the first.
Greg, they haven't given up a lot of easy chances at all.
On the wing, Johnson and Iguodala. Azealia is out there with Maurice Spates, and it's Barbosa in at point. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter. Irving attacking, and here's Love from the arc. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Kyrie Irving, an explosive scorer. We all know that. His rate of assists continually dropping over his NBA career. And Greg, does he need to be more of a pure point guard?
You know, he does have the advantage of playing with LeBron James, one of the best playmakers in the league. It's a good fit, I think, at this stage of his career, because right now they need him to score the basketball while he continues to improve his point guard skills.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for Azealia. Draymond Green comes in for Maurice. Spates Barnes, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Stephen Curry in for Leandro Barbosa. Both free throws good for Irving.
You know, one thing you can say about Kyrie Irving, as he's got more talent around him, he's become much more efficient offensively. Shot selection had been a question for him, but no longer as he's gotten more help.
Here's James. That one's good. Maybe that'll get him going after a 2-for-6 start.
You know, guys, I would call that methodical but explosive. You know, he waits for the opportunity and then boom, right to the rack.
And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. It's good. This game is all even.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And, guys, anytime it's real tight, you're looking for something that could be potentially a momentum builder. And that's exactly what that play looks to be. And Irving, with multiple 55-point games last season, the first player to do that since the great Kobe Bryant back in '07.
That gives them the lead. Thompson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Thompson outside to stop the run. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Thompson's got the game tied up here for the Warriors. Kicks it out to Love. Fades. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Love.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Anderson Varejão's checked in for Love. Jefferson comes in for James. Iman Shumpert.
We got to be more physical on defense.
And it's Matthew Dellavedova.
They are getting to the middle of the floor.
Call the Warriors.
Get into them.
And guys, one thing that we were treated with last year was Steve Kerr's great quotability in post-game interviews and pressers. He said all the right things and deflected praise like a coach who had done it for many years.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Thompson against Shumpert. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
Dellavedova kicks to Thompson. Here's Shumpert. And Curry pulls it down.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Varejão with a screen on Curry. Nice work there coming off the screen. Dellavedova's got his first basket. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
And score off turnover.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. Well, you go back last season, the Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and people they were bringing together. Clark, it didn't look like the powerhouse they would end up being, as we saw.
Well, you know, they were kind of fumbling and bumbling around in the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trade, and that got them going, I think.
Brandon Rush, he's checked in for the Warriors. Now Irving. From deep three-point range, another 3 for Cleveland.
A great second quarter here after a difficult first. I'd say they knocked the rust off. Sometimes it takes a little while before you get the blood flowing and you find your rhythm.
Thompson misses.
And those mid-season trades for the Cavs really turned things around. Mozgov came in, J.R. Smith and Shumpert secured that 2 spot, gave this team an incredible edge defensively.
And stolen by James. And laid in to finish the break. And now it's a 9-point Cleveland lead.
In the first, he had trouble hitting with any consistency. But here in the second, he's turned it around.
1:27 left to play in the first half. Left side, Shumpert. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 3 assists in the game.
Yeah, and you know, they built the roster to how they played best mid-season. I mean, it was a great job, I think, by the front office to get the players that fit best into the locker room and into the team style of play.
Shumpert gets a wide-open look. Offensive rebound. Varejao dishes to Shumpert. On its way from Irving for two. Thompson passes to Irving. Here's the three. LeBron can't get it to go. Warriors trail by 11. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Cleveland's drawn 3 of 4 with the long-range bombs here in the second quarter. Irving kicks to LeBron. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Green. It's stolen by Iman Shumpert.
They'll probably let the clock wind down here.
Right on. I mean, no need to give the ball back before the end of the quarter in this situation.
Irving passes to James. And that one's good. James has got the lead up to 11 now for the Cavs.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Yes, Kevin.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He had 13 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. What'd you think, Shaq, about Cleveland?
Well, one thing that stands out is how few turnovers they had. The offense looked in control. They were making nice passes, moving the ball, setting screens. The confidence just seemed to build, and the lead did too. They're a very steady team, keeping those turnovers down. That's the big factor.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about Golden State? What's up? And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of...
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
I just love the tenacity on the defensive side. I mean, his play on D has been a huge factor for them as he continues to get steal after steal.
And, guys, as the game moves on, I think he should continue to be aggressive defensively to keep ball handlers off balance.
And so in the game for the Cavaliers, LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Iman Shumpert is out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Mozgov in at the center.
And, you know, looking at Andrew Bogut, he's been one of the game's best centers. I mean, obviously injuries have saddled him a little bit over the years, but he's made it through 67 games each of the past 2 seasons.
Outside Curry. Six to shoot. Fades and shoots. Puts up a 3. Curry with another miss.
And not a night he's going to want to remember. Just not really able to score the basketball.
Green with the block. Mozgov dishes to James. Pushing it up. Here's Thompson, and it's sent back by Irving. Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession. Different look here for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Bogut. Festus Ezeli comes in for Green. Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Barnes. And it's Livingston in for Klay Thompson. Smith checked in for Cleveland. Williams comes in for Irving.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make a pay.
Boy, I tell you, the Warriors did something that no other team had ever done before. They ended the regular season ranked first in field goal percentage and field goal percentage defense. Essentially, they were the best offensive and defensive team in the league. Remarkable.
Timeout called the Warriors. Last season for the Warriors really dominated from beginning to end to lead the league in, Greg, both offensive and defensive efficiency.
And Kevin, a lot of people knew the Warriors were good at offense. I mean, but they've been equally as good defensively over the past few seasons, kind of flying under the radar for whatever reason. Not the case going forward.
Catching. Up on the chin. Changes for Cleveland. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Mozgov. Kyrie Irving comes in for Shumpert. And James subbed in for Mo Williams. Curry's shot is good.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
LeBron drives in, makes that one fall. It's his 8th bucket in 15 shot attempts.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Curry with another miss.
And sometimes we all just want to show people that we have the range.
Yeah, you speaking from experience? We already know how good his range is. We shouldn't be firing from that deep. Maybe that'll ignite him. I mean, impossible not to get pumped up after that. At least I think that would be the case.
Well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are. Look at them. They are pumped up.
Yeah, they're geeked.
And that's what the alley-oops guys will do for your team.
Livingston, that's good. Cleveland leading by 12. Outside Irving. He kicks it to Thompson. In the corner, Smith with it. And there's the 3-second violation. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Golden State. Golden State's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. But they'll get another chance. Iguodala against James. It's Iguodala with the drive, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And guys, Andre Iguodala entered this league as an athlete with raw skills. And bit by bit, though, he refined his game over the years, except in the one category, free throw shooting. In that one area, he was much better over the first 5 years of his career than he has been the last 5.
No one near James as he lets it go. Irving from long range. No good. The Warriors go the other way.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
James, no good. And we were talking about Iguodala's free throw shooting. It really is a miracle. He's become so efficient, Clark, in every other area of his game. But last year, In his 11th season, he shot second worst percentage of his career.
Sometimes, Kevin, it's simply a matter of confidence. You miss a few and it gets into your head, and before you know it, the harder you're trying, the worse it gets.
The fader. And the Warriors miss again.
Even against solid defense, he's still going to try to continue to make that shot.
And I wouldn't bet against him in that situation the next time out.
He has really shot the ball extremely well, as you'd expect. Like we say, he's been making sweet string music all day long.
Here is Livingston. James covering. And here comes Smith leading the fast break. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. And that's 11 points for Smith. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for Spates. Draymond Green comes in for Ezeli. Barnes, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Thompson in for Sean Livingston.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that. And he